I'm not originally from here, but I've always said that if I ever move to Sydney that I want to live in Redfern. I've just known that they're quite friendly, not just the Indigenous community but the broader community as well, the non-Indigenous brothers and sisters and uncles and aunties. They make you feel part of the family, and playing for Souths, it's just like another extended family. Even though I lived at the uni lodge down near Broadway, I'd walk through here when I was 18 with my hockey kit on, and I heard this fella and he sang out yilla yilla yilla, and that means oi. And I looked up and he goes, "Come here, you come here." So I went up there and he goes, "Who's your mob? Where are you from?" And I said, "No, I'm from the back of Burke in Gonia." That was Uncle Mickey Mundine. He's the CEO of the Aboriginal Housing Company. I've lost two dads, my real dad and my step one. And he said to me, "If ever you get married, I'll be the one handing you away." So, I'm never ever upset or lonely, because if I ever need anything, I just go straight to Uncle. So I've got a Bachelor of Primary Education. I wanted to start that because I come from a remote community called Ingonia, which is 12 hours away from here, and it's a mission, and there was only really 15 kids at school. We're all related, all the kids, cousins, wore no shoes, which was great. I've seen how important it is for us to be able to read. And I used to be the one sitting at the front of the classroom reading the big book thinking I was the teacher. My mum didn't want me to go to Burke Public or Burke High School. Mum filled in the paper for me to go to Kirinari Aboriginal Hostel on the Shire, Sylvania, Box Road. A lot of Indigenous people don't like to brag about themselves, and I was one of them. So I'd live here in Redfern, and I was playing footy at the time too, and they'd always say, "Oh, where are you going?" And I'd say, "Oh, no, I'm going to Ultimo TAFE," but really I was going to uni. I didn't want them to think that I was better than them. I wanted to say to them that, no matter where you go, if it's a TAFE to get a certificate, it's still the same. You're still doing good for yourself and for your community. I was working out a boarding school in Potts Point, and my mother asked me if I'd want to be a foster care, and I said, "Why is that, Mum?" And she said, "Oh, because your niece and nephew got taken away from school in Burke and they're now split up." So I filled in for them, not knowing what to expect. No children of my own, obviously. With me, I'm hoping to be a positive role model for them. I live by my culture values, and we're all about loving, sharing and caring. And if ever they muck up, I always bring them back to that. Are you being a proud Aboriginal person? I can't be any prouder of them. They've taught me a lot about myself, something I'd never change. And all I wanted to make sure that I had for them was a positive group of mates that can help raise these children, because having a child, the community helps you raise them. I needed to feel that I was part of a strong community, a strong Indigenous community too. I'm all about that, that's where I get my strength from my people. And being in here, I felt loved by everyone. It wasn't just my own people. Probably the best thing I've ever done. I really go back to the bush because this is home right now, living here in Redfern, Waterloo.